Right. Okay. Okay. So 1 more minute. We'll start. Now, officially 10. So good morning. It's Judith. It's happy Wednesday. This is gentle Kripalu yoga for an hour. In this class, we use a mat, a yoga mat. If you don't have a yoga mat, you could substitute probably a beach towel or a blanket on a padded surface like carpeting. So you're not going to destroy your joints when you get down on the earth. Yoga blocks. This is the styrofoam version. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could use a couple of water bottles or canned goods of equal size and weight, for example, to substitute. I always recommend padding. You could take a couple of cushions maybe off of the sofa or the bed. I've rolled up a towel here for a fake bolster. And then the other item we like to have available is a strap, a yoga strap. So if you don't have a yoga official strap, you could use a scarf or a belt or a bathrobe tie. Any of those things could work to substitute. Optional items would be hand weights. So you could use a set of 1-pounders or a set of 2-pounders. This is a 3-pounder, but in any event, nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class, okay? And then, last but not least, is our old friend, the chair. So no wheels, no arms. This is a standard kind of metal folding chair, and you can use it to get up and down off of the earth if you have anxiety about that, and or use it for balance. If you want to balance some things, you can use that. A couple fingers on the chair, maybe on the wall, maybe against a piece of furniture that's going to not move when you start pushing your weight on it. So just bear that in mind. The class is supported by AARP of New Mexico and Villages of Santa Fe. We say a big thank you. And then also, if whatever's being offered does not work for your body this morning, you could modify, you could do something else, or you could skip it. So listen to your body, listen to what it's saying, and all should be well. I'm still nursing my shoulder injury, so I'm going to be modifying. But if I say both arms up, then of course you're going to use both arms up. So just a warning. So let's start with the feet about a little wider than shoulder distance, or maybe just shoulder distance would be nice too. Let's just start circling those hips. So you're on that inside of their barrel again, and we're trying to hit each point on that surface of the inside of the barrel. Oh. And of course, sighing, moaning, groaning are absolutely fine since we're all muted. And if you do have questions, you can ask me at the end of class in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. So that's always an option. Let's go the other direction. So it's inhaling forward, exhaling navel to spine as you circle back. And you're taking deep, full breaths as you coordinate the breath with the movement. Circling those hips for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's corkscrew back to center. Roll some shoulders now forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. You're drawing invisible circles in the air with your shoulders. And here, at any point, if you find a spot that's tender, dark, sticky, painful, you can pause there, breathe into it, and then move on. So there's no point in rushing through it if you don't need to. Let's go ahead and roll the shoulders the other way. Couple more breaths in this direction for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Arms come down to the sides. Let's just shrug and drop. Stretch the fingers towards the earth. Shrug and drop. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's shake out the arms, just like you're swiveling those arms. Just shake out any tension that may have crept in there. Let's go ahead and drop the chin to the center of the chest and roll the right ear to right shoulder. Oh boy, and coming back down through center, left ear to left shoulder. Noticing range of motion on the two sides. They may not be the same. They're probably not the same. But just paying attention so that you notice the differences between the two sides or the similarities between the two sides. It's like you're trying to scrape something off of your chin onto your chest. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center. Let's take a nice big inhale, both arms up. Inhale up. Exhale, soft knees as you exhale, come down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's take the arms out to the side. Arms parallel to the earth. I'm modifying. So the palms face the earth. And you're just going to bounce your invisible tennis balls with your hands. Bouncing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing that to stillness, palms face the wall behind you. Open the chest as you press the palms away for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Silently, slowly dropping the arms down beside your hips here. Let's go. I'm going to go into profile here. Hands can come to the thighs, and that's not a death press on the thighs. You're avoiding the knee joint. The hands are just placed here. That's all. Abdominals engaged. We'll do some standing cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, spread the sits bones wide. Exhale, arch and squeeze like a Halloween cat. Inhale, drop. Exhale, arch and squeeze. So focusing your attention on the spine. You're not pressing unduly on those knee joints. And you're breathing. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's roll all the way back on up. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take little bird hands. You can take the 4 fingers together with the thumbs. And you're going to place it directly underneath the collarbones, the clavicle. We'll start on the right side. So take that right elbow. Inhale up. Exhale. Turn and squeeze. But see if you can keep the lower part of your body facing forward as you turn and squeeze. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it back to neutral now. Other side. Inhale, elbow up. Exhale, back and squeeze. Inhale up. Exhale, back and squeeze. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Let's alternate sides. Inhale right. Exhale, turn and squeeze. Inhale left. Exhale, turn and squeeze. Let's do 8, 7. See if you can slow it down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Shake everything out. Arms can come back down to the sides. Let's take the feet nice and wide and just swing those arms like empty coat sleeves. Big full breath for 8, 7. Shift the weight and look over the shoulder. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming back to center, nice and easy. Let's take the feet about shoulder width apart. The feet are pointing forward for this part. Hands could come to hip crease or waist, you decide. And it's just a matter of little baby squats. Inhale, knees track over toes. Exhale, straighten the legs. Heels will stay grounded. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7. You might want to add arms or not. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll stay down on 1. Torso stays upright. Little squats here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Straighten the legs. Arms come down. Let's go ahead and you can either face the seat of a chair if you don't want to have blocks or use blocks, or you can have blocks in front of you just for extra added confidence and support. This time we'll take the feet extended out 30 degrees. Legs are wide. Here again, the same idea, little baby squats. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7, maybe arms, maybe not. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little lifts of the heel. Lift your right, place it down. Lift the left, place it down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's come on, stay in this squat. Hands can be on the thighs. Right forearm comes to right thigh. And here, let's look over that right shoulder to the wall behind you. So you could be pressing on that left thigh with the left hand. The thigh presses into the hand presses into the thigh. Meanwhile, you're looking over the right shoulder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Left forearm to left thigh. Looking over left shoulder and pressing with the right hand into the right thigh, the thigh into the hand. Little isometric action on the right here. You're looking over the left shoulder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back to center and just move slowly from side to side. So it's pressing, exhale, inhale in the middle. Exhale as you look over the shoulder, inhale in the middle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, finding your own pace, and 1. Very nice. Let's stay in this squat, right forearm to right thigh. And maybe the left hand wants to go to a block, maybe the seat of a chair. Left toes can come up off of the earth. The left heel stays grounded, little pulses into the right hip for 8, 7. Nice stretch for the adductor. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Glide through center. Left forearm comes to left thigh. Maybe the right hand wants to come to a block, maybe the seat of a chair. Big stretch here for the adductor on the right leg. Little pulses into the left hip for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Let's straighten the legs now and come into a wide-legged forward fold. Maybe you want to grab your ankles or your calves and pull the chest closer to the back wall. Let's shake the head yes, shake the head no. A little bit of Mr. Ed lips there, some horse lips. Breathing, big full breaths. Right hand goes to the outside of the left ankle. Right hand grabs the outside of the left ankle. The top left arm can go straight up to the sky, or maybe it goes to the sacrum, you decide. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwinding, still staying in your forward fold. Left hand grabs the outside of the right ankle. Left hand grabs the outside of the left ankle. Top right arm goes up to the sky or maybe to the sacrum. You're looking over the shoulder to the wall behind you, even though you're upside down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center, nice and easy with a flat back. Place the hands on thighs, but it's not a death press. You're going to use those abdominals to stack the bones, stack the bones, stack the bones, rolling the shoulders, heel toe feet together, or step the feet together so that the feet are directly underneath the hips, one hand on heart, one hand on belly. And as you float that crown of head up to the sky, just allow the eyes to drop closed. Do a very quick inventory, noticing where the energy has moved in the body, this beating heart, blood flowing, chi moving throughout the system. 3 more deep, full breaths. Inhale, belly expands like a balloon, ribs expand, collarbones lift, noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly, noticing that pause at the bottom. 2 more just like this. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest, noticing the silence at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, ribs, belly, noticing the silence at the bottom. 1 more deep, full breath. Inhale. And exhale. Very, very nice, you guys. Breathing is very important. If you're ever feeling stressed throughout your day, just take a pause, do a few deep, full Durga breaths, LSD breaths, long, slow, and deep breaths. And that calms things down pretty quickly. I'm grabbing the chair and I'm going to face the back of the chair. The feet are going to be heels together, toes pointing out. First position in ballet. So let's just go ahead and go up on the toes, and you can use the back of chair for support. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. Inhale, lift, exhale, press. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay up on 1. So the heels stay lifted. Find a spot that doesn't move. It could be on the floor or the wall in front of you. Maybe one arm wants to come up, balance challenge. Maybe a second arm wants to come up, balance challenge. Breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One arm comes down, second arm comes down. Heels float down slowly, shake out the legs. How was that one? All right. Both sets of toes pointing forward. I won't mirror you on this. So the left foot stays forward, the right foot comes back. And you're going to try to keep the torso upright as best as you can. We're going to lift that back right heel. Inhale, lift, exhale, press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep that back heel lifted now, and now both legs are going to bend and straighten. Torso still stays upright. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs. That back right foot can now pivot. So it's the heel is down and that toe, the toes point out maybe 10 degrees. The pelvis is still squared to the back of your chair seat or to the short end of the mat. For this one, we're going to just tilt forward. So you've got the back of the chair for support. The torso is going to go 20 to 30 degrees. Maybe one arm can come up. Maybe a second arm could come up. Or maybe grab opposite elbows behind the body. So you decide what works for you. You're strengthening this left front quad, and you're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come, arms come down, torso is going to come up. Right foot meets the left, shake out the legs, shake out the legs, shake out the legs. There we go. So right front toes forward, back toes step back, both sets of toes pointing forward. Lift the back left heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift that back heel one more time. Now both legs are going to bend and straighten together. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs. Tilt the torso forward, maybe 20, 30 degrees. Maybe one arm comes forward. Maybe the second arm comes forward. Or maybe it comes behind the back. You decide. Strengthening the right front quad for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms float down. Left foot comes up to meet the right. Shake out the legs. shake out the legs. Let's just do a little bouncing here. Lifting the heels. Just do a little bounce, a little free form meditation in motion for 8, 7, 6, run around the room. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's come back to stillness now. Let's go ahead and take the chair, and we'll be sitting in it for briefly here for a bit. Let's take the legs wide, and you're sitting closer to the front of the seat than collapsing towards the back of the seat. Let's take that left forearm and press it into the left thigh. Left thigh presses into left forearm. Nice big inhale, arm comes up. Nice and easy, big stretch for the right side of the body for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come and do a top elbow bend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's stay over here, tilting over to the side. 1 unit with that top arm, little circles for 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming back down to center. That arm just floats down, doesn't collapse. Shake anything that needs shaking and loosening. And we'll do the other side. Right forearm goes into right thigh presses into right forearm. I'm modifying, I'm injured here. So that top arm comes up overhead and you're stretching out the left side of the body. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Top arm bends and straightens. Exhale, inhale for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leave it over there. That whole unit as one long arm for 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way, circling 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh boy. And then coming back down to center, that arm is going to float down. Nice and easy. Shake everything out. Shake everything out. Very nice. The legs come together now so that they're parallel. Let's just take the right hand outside of that left thigh, and that left arm is going to turn all the way around to the wall behind you. Now the pelvis is facing forward as the top part of the body twists to the rear for 4, 3, 2, 1. And unwinding is a nice seated twist here. Left hand grabs the outside of the right thigh. So the pelvis stays forward, and then this right arm comes all the way around behind, twisting, getting comfortable in the twist here. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's unwind from that, nice and slow. Let's migrate over here to the right, just turning in the chair. You might want to use a strap for this. You decide if it works for you. So you're going to grab either the shin, the ankle, or the top of the foot. And this front butt cheek, it's better if it's like half on and half off of the chair. So you're going to be able to grab something as you pull this leg back. I'm going to get the top of my foot here. And you're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. And then slowly migrate over to the left. You could get the strap around the shin, the ankle, or the top of the foot. You're going to draw it back. That back arm, I'm grasping the back of the chair. So you're pressing the hand into the foot into the hand for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And you're going to let that foot go, let it come out. Very nice. Let's go ahead. You might want to grab weights for this, a weight or a block or nothing. And this is going to be called chopping wood. So inhale and exhale. If you don't have any props, you can put your hands together and you're chopping wood. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, really reach out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Coming back up now to center. Legs can come back together. Let's take the blocks here. Take a block, if you have one, hopefully. And we're going to tuck the toes on top of the block. And we're going to stick the heels together. So this idea is to get those toes really open, wide, and spread wide as you touch the heels together. And let's just rock from side to side, opening the bottoms of the feet here. So you can do this sitting in a chair. You don't have to be on the earth. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we just did this standing, but we're doing it sitting now. So this is another way to just open up the feet, the bottoms of the feet. Get some blood flow going in there, avoiding neuropathy. All right, let's move the chair away. I'm going to take the blocks to the narrow end of the mat. You might want to grab a drink of water. And then once you've got your props organized, you're going to face that narrow end of the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Let's do a few of these. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're staying over here in a standing forward fold. Shake the head yes, shake the head no. Maybe micro bend the knees left and right. So you're stretching out the low back here. Deep full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come to stillness. Hands drag along the shins for a series of flat back lifts. Inhale, halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming all the way up, hands could come to thighs, stacking the bones, stacking the bones, stacking the bones, rolling the shoulders one more time. One hand on heart, one hand on belly. And just noticing how you feel. Maybe a little more lively, a little more calm than 30 minutes ago. Nice big inhale, arms float up. Exhale, we're going to come into downward facing dog. I have to modify, so I'm going to stay in my forward fold. If you're in your classical down dog, you step back, 2 arms forward, 2 legs back, body in the shape of a triangle. You can micro bend the knees left and right, bicycle pedal the heels, wag your dog tail for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and float the knees down to the earth as best you can. gracefully or ungracefully, it doesn't matter. And let's find ourselves in neutral table, hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide. You might want to pad your knees here, just as a thought, an option. I'm going to use my blocks because I have to favor my one arm here. So once you get yourself organized, take the hands to the upper two corners of the mat, that narrow end of the mat. And we're just going to do some hip circles here. And we're breathing. So maybe you want to go all the way back to a child's pose, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a nice fluid circle with those hips. A couple more in this direction. And then you're going to go the other way. Couple more in this direction. Very nice. And let's bring that to stillness. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take the blocks on their tall setting. And I'm going to take the right foot forward. So the hands can either frame that foot. Hands could be on the mat. I have short arms. I like to use the blocks, so I'm not smashing my face into my thigh. So you're going to just stack that right knee over the heel, and you're going to lift the chest. And maybe if you want to walk blocks back under the armpits, you can lift the chest even higher. As you press into that right hip, left leg is stretched back as far as you can get it. And let's go ahead and start straightening and bending the front right leg. Nice and easy. Taking your time with this, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. You're dropping that chest down the inside of the right thigh as that leg straightens. Let's do a few more bending and straightenings. And the next time that front leg is straight, leave it straight. Hands can come down to the earth for this as you drop the torso down the inside of the right thigh. Here you can let the head hang like a 15-pound bowling ball, tractioning the spine, stretching out the hamstrings, breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands could stay on earth or return to blocks. You're still taking that torso down by the thigh, and now you're going to windshield wiper those right toes back and forth, internally and externally rotating the foot. So the right heel is grounded, the toes are up in the air. You're pumping synovial fluid into that right hip for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's go ahead and return to blocks if that's the preference, and then just come into that low lunge one more time forward. Maybe hands stay on blocks, maybe hands come to thigh, the front thighs, and you're breathing. Pressing into that front thigh, that front hip. Outside of left hand presses into outside of right thigh. Right hand comes to right hip, and you're looking over the right shoulder for a little balance challenge for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind it, and then that right foot meets the left. Let's take big toes together, knees wide apart, press into child pose between sides. So this is where I add my fake bolster. And it gives more room behind the knees so that the bum can get closer to the heels. And maybe little wiggles side to side might feel delicious or not. Experiment and see what might feel yummy. Opening up the hips, stretching out the quads here for sure. Oh, few more breaths here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bringing that to stillness. And then coming back on up, this time with the left foot coming forward, or the leg you didn't work before. So here again, stretching that right leg back as far as you can. Left knee stacks over left heel. Maybe the hands frame the foot on the mat. Maybe they frame it with blocks. If you want to lift the chest even higher, you can move the blocks underneath the armpits, pressing into that front left hip. And you're breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beginning to straighten and bend the front left leg as you drop the torso down the inside of the left thigh this time. Oh. Moaning and groaning, sighing is fine. The big sighs of relief. Oh. Couple more. Inhaling and exhaling. The next time that front left leg is straight, leave it straight. Inhale. Exhale, drop the torso down the inside of the left thigh. Big full breaths here, letting the head hang like a 15-pound bowling ball. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands could stay on the earth or on blocks. And that left heel is still grounded. The left toes are in the air as you windshield wiper that left foot side to side. Externally and internally rotating that foot. So you're actually pumping synovial fluid into that hip socket. Since the whole leg is moving for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Foot goes flat. The left foot goes flat. You go return to your lunge, however you want to express it. Maybe the hands stay on blocks. Maybe they come to that top thigh, that left thigh. Right hand comes outside of the left thigh, and the left hand comes to the hip as I look over left shoulder to the wall behind for 8, 7, staying calm and relaxed. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwind nice and slow. Left foot meets the right. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. So while we're here in child pose, come out of it slightly and just tuck the top of the right foot into the arch of the left foot and then return to your child pose. So that bottom left foot is getting a nice squishy, stimulating press, which will bring blood flow into that foot. Couple of deep, full breaths, paying attention to the back body. And then very slightly coming out of your child pose, reversing the position of the feet. The top of the left foot nestles into the arch of the right foot. And then you press back one more time. Now it's the right foot that's getting the squeezing and the soaking with fresh blood, chi, life force. Maybe micro movements might feel good. Maybe not. You decide. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just coming up nice and slow. I'm going to get rid of my faux bolster. I'm going to take my padding with me, however. So let's come. You've got your blocks, bring the blocks with you. And you're going to place them on the low setting and they're squished together, the 2 blocks. The knees are going to come nice and wide on your padding, and I would highly, highly, highly recommend your knees to be padded for this, or you can just watch. And the feet are going to be flexed outward so that the lower leg comes down directly from the knee so that the 2 back legs are not together, they're apart. This is frog, modified frog. So you're going to go forward on your forearms until you come to a point where you're going to stop because we're stretching out the groins here big time. And then once you've reached your optimum shape here, you're going to pretend there's a little spoon attached to your navel, and you're going to start circling that spoon. You're stirring up your cup of tea or whatever it is you're stirring with your navel. And the feet are flexed, pointing outward, and they're going straight down from the knee. Let's go a circle in the other direction. Breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring that to stillness. Slowly and gently bring the knees back together, and then walk your arms back so that you can come on up. Oh, that's very good for opening up the groins. And let's find our way to sitting. You might want to sit on a folded towel or blanket if you want to give a little lift to the hips so that that pelvis tilts forward like a bowl spilling out water. So you might want to have a strap available for this. You might want to loop it around the balls of both feet. Otherwise, both arms float up, inhale, and then we're going to cascade over those legs like a water wheel. Inhale, bringing the arms alongside of the legs. Exhale as we go over. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's stay over on 1. Let's just stay over. Breathing. So the crown of the head is stretching forward. The back is flat. The head is not dangling. Maybe there's little rocks from side to side here that might feel yummy, but maybe not. Maybe just the static press is plenty. Big full breaths into the back body. Inhale, lower back, middle back, upper back. Noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, upper back, middle back, lower back. Noticing the pause at the bottom. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then floating the torso back upright. Triple slow time. Drawing the soles of the feet together and drawing them close to the body. Bound angle pose. So you're going to get your optimum stretch, not your maximum here. And tucking the elbows into the soft parts of the thighs. You can just do a little rock from side to side. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Sitting tall. Let's go ahead and come back to center. Extend the right leg long out to the side and bend the left. You might want to prop the left bent knee with a block or a towel or a blanket, whatever you have available. Let's just go ahead and float both arms up to the sky. I'm modifying. Exhale, tilting over to the right. So that top arm can stretch off to the right. Top ribs spin open to the sky. I think I'm just going to put my arm back behind here for now. Otherwise, that top arm goes over the head and points towards the foot for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's come back to center. And let's just take this other bent knee and we're going to rock it forward and back. Forward and back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Let's go ahead and bend the right leg and extend the left leg off to the side. So the sole of the right foot presses into the left thigh. The torso is facing forward. You might want to prop this bent right knee so it's not just hanging there. And keep that left foot flexed. Nice big inhale up. Exhale, tilting over to the left this time. Oh, top rib spin open to the sky. Deep, full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming back to center slowly, slowly, half. And then just taking that arm down. Let's remove the block from the bent right knee and rock it forward and back. Forward and back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Back to center. The legs come out wide this time. Maybe you want to push yourself farther forward if that's available. Both feet are flexed. Inhale up. Both arms reach forward, 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 and they will land somewhere in front of you. So you're leading with the sternum. The head isn't dangling. You're spreading the hands wide so the fingers are stretched wide, and you're pulling that mat towards you, like you're trying to pull the floor, the carpet, whatever is you're on, towards your body, and then you stretch forward with the crown of the head. Big stretch for the hamstrings and the legs. The feet are flexed. You're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's just walk back. The hands can walk back slowly, slowly. And then take the legs together and just windshield wiper the legs. Nice and easy. And now we'll face that narrow end of the mat. The knees are bent, the feet are flat. Bring your strap with you. And then let's just go forward, taking the hands behind the backs of the thighs, not the knee joint. Inhale forward, and then let's just go all the way down, vertebra by vertebra, until we land on our backs. And then just draw the knees into the chest and massage that low back. Now you could be circling here, or you could do side to side, east to west. You decide what feels the most delicious. And actually, if you just do side to side, you can massage the entire back body, including the back of the skull, which should feel pretty good. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's splay the knees apart. Hands can grab ankles, shin bones, and then the feet are dangling in the air. So the weight of the forearms and the arms are opening up the hip crease. And while we're sitting here or lying here letting gravity do the work, we can flex and point the feet, spread the toes wide, circle the ankles, hum a little hum if you want to hum here, or sigh or moan or groan for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And you're going to just remove the arms, the legs come back into the chest and give it a little more of a massage. Nice and easy. And bringing that to stillness, the feet are going to go back down to earth. The knees will stay bent. You can loop your strap around the ball of the right foot. So I'm going to bring it straight up to the sky and draw it close to my face as it's willing to go. I'm not going to force it. Just getting a nice long stretch for that right leg. Let's go ahead and inhale, bend the knee, exhale, straighten the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Rebend. Let's go ahead and remove the strap. Loop it around the ball of the left foot now. Draw that left straight leg close to the chest, to the face. Foot is flexed. LSD breath, long, slow, and deep. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Rebend the left knee, remove the strap. Just draw the left thigh into the chest, extend that right leg long on the earth, if that's available. Flex the right foot. Oh. Breathe. Let's switch legs now. Draw the right thigh into the chest. Extend the left leg long. Oh, left foot is flexed. And then bringing them back both into the chest one more time and massaging the low back. I'm going to demo legs up the wall, just so you know what that looks like. You may not have space for it, but once you get through rocking on that back body, extend both arms and legs 30 to 45 degrees to arrive in Shavasana. I'm tucking my hip up here close to where the baseboard would be, and then just going to swing the legs up the wall. So you can leave the legs straight up the wall for your Shavasana. Another option is big wide stretch V here, stretching out those groins, hip flexors, and so forth, the hips, flex and point. And then if you get tired of that, then the soles of the feet can come together and you can do bound ankle pose on the wall. So that's an option for your Shavasana. Otherwise, it's flat on the back. Maybe roll a towel blanket underneath the knees to protect the low back. If flat on the back doesn't work, you could lie on your back, knees bent, feet mat width apart, knock the knees together like a little tent and lie there in restorative rest. Or you could lie on one side with the hips and the thighs stacked and your head resting on the upper arm, or legs up the wall, or sitting in a chair. Feet flat, hands on the thighs, eyes drop closed. And then once you've organized your arms and your legs, allowing the eyes to close, scan the body for any residual tension that might remain. And then begin to notice the softness in your feet, like you're putting those feet into a delicious hot tub. And that relaxation moves up into the ankles and the low legs. That softness moves up into the knee joints and then the thighs, so that the legs and the feet become very heavy. It moves up into the hips, the pelvis, the buttocks. The low back releases. The softness moves into the belly, the waist, the torso, enveloping all the vital organs, liver, heart, kidneys, pancreas, all the vital organs, deeply relaxed. The softness moves up the chest and into the shoulders and rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. Then it envelops the throat and the neck. And then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases. The face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light envelops the entire body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And here's something from Kahlil Gibran on fear. It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled, from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding road crossing forests and villages, and in front of her she sees an ocean so vast that to enter there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. But there is no other way. The river cannot go back. Nobody can go back. To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean, because only then will fear disappear, because that's where the river will know it's not about disappearing into the ocean, but of becoming the ocean. If you'd like to remain here in Shavasana for as long as feels right, please feel free to do that. But if you're ready to meet the day, begin to bring some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. And then rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, Samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan. Turn off the recording. Again. Oh, great. You are very welcome. Yay. Wonderful to see you guys. Let's see what else is saying here, if I can open this up. So no questions, no comments. All right. Just check one more thing.
Thank you, Judith. Once again.
No, thank you for being here, you guys. I'm so happy that you're here. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. And thanks, Jules. See you guys soon. Be well.